Hi guys, and welcome back to another video of Pond World. I'm just going to do a bit of an update on my Nexus pond filter. Recently I did a video of a full review of the Nexus 220 filter. First of all, let me just appreciate all the comments I had. It's probably one of the fastest, most viewed, most commented video I've done so far. I had about 400 views within the first sort of 12 hours of it going up, so that was absolutely brilliant. The reason I'm going to do a quick update, I had many comments, not just here on YouTube but also on Facebook as well. I think there's a few comments that just need a bit answering. I think people got confused that mine's actually a pump fed Nexus and not a gravity, and there is quite a bit of difference to the setup. So I'm just going to go and answer some of these questions that a lot of you were sort of asking or giving me some advice to do when I can't really do that on a pump fed rather than a gravity. So we'll just take you over now to the filter. So the most common one that came up on YouTube and Facebook was the water level in the Nexus. So like I said, this is a pump fed filter. So if this was gravity, the water level in the filter will be determined with the level of the pond. But because mine is pump fed, now correct me if I'm wrong, but on a gravity I don't think you have this outlet pipe. So because mine's pump fed and I do have the outlet pipe, I'm presuming, because you can see, so if I start here, the water level is the same level in each chamber, because that is determined by the height of that, surely. Because that is the same level between them two and then the same level with the last chamber before it goes down the outlet. So some people are saying turn up the volume, turn up the power of the pump, so I might do that. I'm only running it at 50%, so I mean, rule of thumb is you turn over your pond is every 1 to 2 hours. So mine's running at 50%, so my volume of water is actually between 1 and 2 hours. So I don't really want to turn it up too much where I'm going to start putting too much flow in it for what the filter can take. I think this is why a lot of people have issues with the fines. I think the flow sometimes can be too high, but I will try it. I am going to up it just to see how we go, just to see if this water level does build up. If it doesn't change it, then I'll know it is because of that. So that was one of the main questions really I was getting sort of asked. Now another one was how much my K1 is boiling. Now for me, I don't know what they're really on about, because someone mentioned on Facebook that your K1 should be boiling better than that, and then he posted a video of how it should be and it was exactly the same. So I'll just let you know that there's 50 litres of K1 in the moving bed and my air pump is a 75 litre. So I can get actually another 25 litres of K1 into this and still power it by that. If I was going over, if I was going to put another 50 litres in there, and of course I'd have to up the air pump. So I think, and a lot of others have said as well, this is boiling absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And what I'll do, I'll probably put it onto this video as well. I'll get the GoPro in there and I'll get it down and you can actually see how much it is all boiling away. Okay, so the second one, that was the second one. So the third one, a lot of people said, why have I done my return like I've done it? So let me just reiterate, it's pump fed, okay? Which means, well, this is where a lot of people get confused with pump fed as well, because they think the Nexus has to be higher than the pond. So it's a raised pond. My garden does slope, so when you're going down there, the wall is higher. But round here where the filter is, this is how much wall I've got. So all you need to do with a Nexus, you don't have to have that higher than the pond. All that needs to be higher than the pond is the top of your outlet pipe. So as long as the return isn't higher than that pipe, by gravity that water is going to return to the pond if it's going up or not. So if someone said why you're not doing the return level with a pond, because if I was going to do that this is where the top of the wall is. That would have to come straight, which means my bottom of the outlet is going to be here. My Nexus is going to be up there. I ain't going to get in it unless they add a ladder. And I've seen videos on YouTube of raised pond owners with the Nexus high up with a ladder next to it. Why? Just do that. So it comes out and it will go back up over the wall. So remember, my wall is about there, okay? Top of the wall. So all that needs to be higher than the pond is the top of the outlet, your water. And it will go up and return by gravity. Okay? Doesn't need to be 10 meters above the bloody pond. Now another question I kept on getting asked is, am I going to install a Tempest before it or a sieve? I'm not saying in the future that's going to happen, but right now the answer is no. I don't need it at the minute. You've seen on the previous video, if you watched the previous video of the review, how clear my water is. In fact, I'll just go around and show you, it'd be easier, wouldn't it? Okay, look how clear this is. I have put my GoPro in there, there's hardly any fines floating around at all. Now I'm not saying in the future that's going to change, because come the summer I obviously expect to be a few fines, but I can live with that. As long as my clarity's there, that's alright for me. So I'm not going to rule it out, but at the minute the answer's no to that. I'm going to keep it as it is. I think it's doing right. The water in this filter is clear as anything. You can't really see on the camera so much, but that is what's going back into the pond, and it's crystal. There's not even any sediment in there now compared to what there was on that first 4 weeks when I did that previous video. Currently as I'm filming this, it's now 10 weeks old, this filter. The only issue I've actually had was down to my own fault. Because I'm running my old filter at the same time alongside it, I shut that old filter down too quick. So you would have seen on another previous video, which has already been uploaded, what happened. I had a nitrite spike. This wasn't fully matured yet, so the feedback I was getting from that, I shut that one down far too early. I should have waited at least until the spring. So the only downside is a Nexus can probably take longer to mature than a lot of others, so just bear that in mind. But all you need to do with that is keep adding the pond balls. People have recommended that the liquid is probably better than the pond balls. I do normally use the liquid every time I'm cleaning the filter out. So every time I do a filter clean, I'll put about 4 capfuls of the liquid in. At the minute I've run out and I can't get any from my local dealer at the minute, so I've been just chucking in these small pond balls. I'll just get a handful of them and I'll chuck them into the outer chamber. So just keep chucking them in probably once a week for your filter to keep maturing. I'm going to keep doing that, so come the spring I can take my old filter down. But that's the only issue I've actually had. So thanks for all the comments on the full review video. I do really appreciate it, and I hope I've answered a lot of those questions and a lot of those queries. I will try upping the flow on the pump just to see if that inner chamber does rise with water. Obviously this isn't going to change, that's got to go down the outlet, so I presume that's not going to change either, but that might. But then I think when you're letting the water in, it needs to rise to the height of the outer chamber anyway. But I think that is the reason. I think it's all going to stay one level because I'm on a pump fed system, and most people obviously have these on a gravity fed system, which I agree. The Nexus I think are made better for the gravity fed, but you know, that's just personal choice. Mine isn't gravity fed. But I'll keep doing updates as spring comes and as summer comes. I'll keep getting a few updates on here about it, just any issues or not. But look at this, the camera does not do it justice. Plus I've got the light reflecting. I need to get one of those filters that, can you mind aeroplane, I'm filming here. I need to get one of those filters like Jolly Goy has. But yeah, you see the bottom of the pond. It's beautiful. Honestly, I'm loving it, loving it. And I've spoke to so many other people that have got Nexus filters. They all say the same, as long as you get the flow right, tweak it here and there, you should have never have any problems with the Nexus filter. So yeah, it was just a sort of quick sort of update video on the Nexus really. So if you do like that video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the bell to get your notifications, and then we'll see you for a proper pond update on next time. Bye.